morning around 10, and we're just gonna have fun. Yay! I am Sonia, and this is Miss Justin.
Hi guys.
I'm the organizer of Chaos over at Love Handles, and I'm here on stage.
I'm her disgruntled employee and part of the Welcome Ministry here. So here at not Love Handles, I apologize. I spent too much time with her. Here at Forge Point, we are a community of faith, hope, and love, helping people find their purpose. We believe you're here on purpose. For a purpose. And we'd like to be part of that story any way we can. Sonia, how can we get connected here?
Oh, if you are new here, welcome. We want to welcome you into this community of faith. We know that it's not always easy stepping into a new place. So if you didn't already get your gift when you came in this morning, please don't leave without that. There is also Mama Skinner's famous banana bread, which is absolutely delicious. We would also like you to download our digital connection card, or not download it, but text it to 315-883-2213. Instructions are on the screen. I'm all over the place this morning. I am very sorry. My beautiful Vanna White, you know. So yes, we are, Justice, take over.
Okay, so the kids can go now if you kids want to. You know, your besties up there are waiting for you to take you up and away, have fun. And then we also have our social media platforms, you guys. We are on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, which is X apparently now, and we have all our events and stuff up there.
Yes.
And it's a great way to stay connected, stay informed. Our Love Handles events are also there. You can also download the Church Center app.
The importance of our social media is we get to share how loved we are here, what we're doing in the community, and get to share it authentically. So if you like us, if you follow us, it helps get those algorithms up, which I don't really understand, but it gets us into more people's faces. And that's how I found Forward Point. One of my friends posted, I wish you were here 2 years ago, and I came in and I never left because of sharing on social media. So it does work, I promise. Over the next 75 minutes, you're going to experience a conversation that we want to encourage you to go through the rest of the week. Hopefully it stirs up just some things and questions, and we can talk about that further. We also are going to sing some songs because that is really fun. Ooh, maybe dance a little bit too. So we just encourage you to join in on the fun and all of that. And as she was getting to say about the Church Center app, that is where we find out about what's going on. And over the past week, we've had so much going on at Love Handles.
Yeah.
So much. We talk about Love Handles, but if you don't know, that's our community space. That is where we build bridges here in the community. We had 3 amazing events just over the past week that helped us do that.
So we had the Mario event on March 10th. I think the actors that were in those costumes deserve all the respect in the world, guys.
She might be able to buy it.
Were you in one?
It totally wasn't me and my friend playing dress up, but yeah, it was really fun. It was really great. We got to see a whole bunch of amazing kids. They tried getting me to sign their things, and I'm pretty sure I signed Mario on it. I hope I did. I couldn't see, but it was fun. We got to hug a bunch of kids and follow the Disney hug rule, where like the actors don't end the hug first. You let the child end the hug first.
I love it. We also had the blood drive with, what I heard is they usually want 15 units of blood. We got 20 for our first blood drive. How amazing is that? Again, we cannot congratulate Scott enough for spearheading that in this community, for backing him in that, to have an amazingly successful event for the first one. All of the volunteers were incredibly surprised. So again, thank you for helping pitch in with that. And then yesterday we had another amazing thing. We had rock painting. And let me tell you, it was so much fun. Glenn, Cherry, and Corey kind of spearheading that. And the families that showed up in the afternoon, it really felt like a family atmosphere. We had a party in the back. We had chaos in the front, but it all blended, and it was just, conversations were flowing, and it was a family atmosphere. It was so much fun. Good vibes only yesterday. And that leads us to another great way to get involved in the community, which is our third annual Amazing Race, which is going to be Saturday, the 23rd, between 11 and 2. You've done it the past couple of years. Tell me about it.
Okay, so it's really fun. So you know how we have this like village in the city with it's like this street, this James Street, which is like our main street, like with all the businesses on it, like everything is on it. So you can start like one of these local businesses, which will have the poster in the window, and will give you like the clue or the like prize or whatever to get to the next point, and then you keep going around and.
This isn't copyrighted, is it?
Huh?
This isn't copyrighted, is it?
No. Maybe we need to make like a little video muted for a pod. There's like a pod video with a little sound in it. Maybe it dropped because there was nothing happening.
I don't know.
That's a good process.
Daylight and Dollar Show.
Good. How's everybody doing today? Yeah, it's so great to see all of you here this morning. It's so great to see green light up necklaces and flashing things. I feel bad I'm not wearing any green. I totally thought yesterday was St. Patrick's Day. I thought they just put the parade on whatever day St. Patrick's Day was. I didn't realize that the two were not on the same day, so I apologize for not wearing green. If I offended any Irish people out there, please, we'll pray for you afterwards and release you from your bitterness. But welcome to Ford Point this morning. I want to continue on. It's amazing when you do a Google search for, strange religious Easter paraphernalia. Now my feed on Facebook is filled with all sorts of weird things that come up. So I thought since I shared some with you last week, I'd share some with you, some more this week that's come up over the course of the week. The first thing I came across was at Christianity Cove, you can purchase an Easter escape room. Ooh. Who's ever done an escape room in general? Have you ever done one of those? Anyone ever done it like within the time or without help?
Yeah.
You guys are smart. I have to take names because I was never able to do it. We had to ask for help for mine. But we can have an Easter-themed escape room. I don't know what that looks like. Maybe we have to nail some people to a cross or something in the midst of that. I also found this through the Oriental Trading Company. Oriental Trading Company's got this really happy plush, I'm assuming, lamb. That's not about the bunny, it's about the lamb, just in case you have any friends who are misled and thinking it's about a bunny. That you can use this to put in their basket and remind them that it's not about the lamb. Here are some fun Jonah and a whale things. I kid you not, Ford Point, my Facebook feed is forever messed up with all these things that come up now. You can see there's 12,000 people who liked Jonah and the whale here. A gift for everybody. Of course, you can get some empty tomb things to put in people's Easter baskets, or Jesus in an egg, right? Nothing makes more sense than Jesus coming out of an egg, nice and happy. Makes total sense. How about these scary looking things? You can get a molded Jesus plastic Easter egg, right? Yeah, if you can't explain Jesus to someone, you can scare them into Jesus through one of these things. It's a little fishy, but I'm not sure. I also came across this empty tomb. I think they just repurposed some old tortilla containers and they made it into an empty tomb. If this is not big enough for you, you can get a life-size cardboard cutout. Right? Whatever every young boy wants in their Wyatt, want one of these in your room? Yeah. An empty cardboard empty tube thing. This last one, I'm not sure what gritty means, but here's some Jesus gritty. It's a dance? Oh sure. Show us the gritty. I have no idea who this person is, but it just looks like you're running with your head down. I think even Joe could do the gritty. I mean, that seems pretty easy. So you got the gritty Jesus socks here. All sorts of different things out there. We started this conversation a few weeks ago. Basically, we're talking about these things in life that kind of prop up our religion, really. It's even hard to call it faith. Prop up our religion, kind of going through the motions, going through the process. And every time I watch that intro video, I feel like every week, like I get more and more emotional as I'm watching it, because more than anything, I long for personally to come back to life, but then for us as a group, as a faith community, to come back to life. And I don't know what it was about this last week, but I've just been having conversations with different people, hearing stories from different people about ways that they've just been kind of stepping into, feeling called to do something by God and seeing God kind of step into and bringing them back to the life. And maybe in marriages, relationships, and there just is a lot of cool things happening. But it causes us to kind of come back to this place where we have to ask ourselves, 4 point, are we playing with props, or are you participating in the story? Right, there's all sorts of props that we use sometimes as things like communion. Even church could be a prop that we just use to kind of get a card stamped, to get a card hole punched, to say that we did something, that maybe we put up a prop, but we're not actually participating in the story every day of our lives. And here we are in 2024, and props are becoming more and more extravagant, right? Like now you watch a movie, we have CGI, and we can make you believe that this movie took place anywhere where in real life it's just a big empty room with a green screen, right? Like I remember watching some old school Zorro TV shows just recently. I was binge watching when I was at Love Handles. And, it's totally obvious they're back screens, right? They have the backdrop, and it's like the sun is painted, and it's like a little Pueblo is painted on, and they had the horse kind of running along the side, and you're like, I appreciate your effort, but you can't fool me, right? Maybe back then, 40 years ago, whatever that worked, but today we've got to this place where it's pretty convincing. Sometimes I believe, I might walk out my house one day, and there's going to be some blue Avatar people just strolling along because there's blue Avatar people out there somewhere, right? We've got pretty convincing that you can go online, you can go on YouTube, and you can look up, and you can search anything, and you can learn all sorts of information about any kind of religious idea or thought or history, and you can become pretty well educated on it, take some kind of master class, and feel like you got your online degree. But the reality is inside, it feels a little bit more like we're kind of being propped up. Kind of going through some motions, and when stuff starts hitting the fan, it kind of starts to feel like maybe this isn't all that it's cracked up to be. So we've been in this conversation about what does it look like to come back to life. We started off the first week looking at the story where Jesus is baptized by John and challenges us to say, it's not even going to be about being baptized by water here soon. I'm going to be baptizing with the Holy Spirit. I'm going to be creating little Jesus followers who are Holy Spirit washing machines that wherever they go, they're able to breathe in death and exhale life. And that's what you and I are called to do. Now contrast that with the realities. A lot of times we breathe in the death that's all around us, and then we die. We get upset. We get angry. We get disappointed. We get frazzled. And that's not the Holy Spirit life that we're called to do. To live. And then last week we looked at this idea of Jesus and his first miracle with turning water into wine and realizing that Jesus cares about even the little things. And not just that he cares about the little things, but he has a sense of humor. That it's okay to laugh and to have fun. In fact, it's an important part of our time together is that we experience some laughing and some chuckling and some good belly laughs, because that is part of an emotion that God created us with, and it is very uniting when it's something that we do together. So that's why, for a long time, we've made it a part of our morning gathering, and they talked about it this morning. Now from 10 to 10:05, we're going to have some kind of group fun that's just designed to laugh and to have fun. So this morning we played a video that talks about emotions, because we're going to be talking about some more emotions today. But all of it gets filtered through this question: what is your perspective of Jesus? When you close your eyes and you think about an actual picture of who Jesus was, what comes to mind? You have one, whether you know it or not. There's a good chance if you try to kind of just grown up in faith and religion, that your perspective of Jesus may be very solemn and kind of just, walk slow and, talks kind of nerdy or something. I'm not sure what it is, but you have something, and it dictates how you view the world. And I'll tell you, I will never forget the day I walked into Sacred Melody. I was working there, and I saw this laughing Jesus picture, and it forever changed my perspective of Jesus. At first, it was almost scandalous, right? Like, this is not something you would be taking to the local, conservative church, maybe down the street, because Jesus is, all these things. But the idea that Jesus can have a sense of humor and can be laughing and was more like my personality, like that's kind of the guy I was, right? All of a sudden, Jesus became a lot more relatable, and now that's part of the lenses through which I see and I live out the world. And then when I saw someone post this AI picture that I shared with you last week of Jesus being baptized, and just, totally blew up my picture that I always kind of had in the back of my mind when it came to Jesus being baptized. Again, you kind of have this very solemn, Jesus comes over the cliff, and there's like a beam of light, and there's probably the Hallelujah chorus going on in the background, and it's very solemn, and, it's like slow motion being baptized. And I now just see this awesome, beautiful scene of a couple of guys, cousins, just super excited about their mission to bring life to people. Because 4th point, emotions are so important. You and I were created with emotions. And if you got a chance to see that video this morning beforehand, it describes one of the hardest things about our life is getting the information, the things that we know and we have in our brain down to our hearts. A lot of times they talk